This piece of Lisa is being brought to you by Mutual Security Credit Union. Find out more at mscu.com. When David Paterson was governor of New York, he was practically arrested for getting 2 Yankees tickets for free. You remember that? He was practically arrested for it. They wanted to bring charges and this and that, and they hounded him. But Governor Rick Perry of Texas gets at least 10 pairs of custom boots, hunting expeditions, a 4,600 square foot mansion with a heated pool that taxpayers are renting for him at $8,500 a month, jets to fly all around the world, luxury hotels and resorts, Stetson hats, belt buckles, cufflinks. The list goes on. Because apparently Texas has very lax ethical rules when it comes to what its governor can get. Why is this important? I want to tell you the apples and oranges about Texas and every other place. Politico just came out with a story today about Rick Perry. You need to know this, because even though he doesn't think it's important to be on a Connecticut or New York radio show, because he doesn't think it's important to reach the East Coast, because he's already done his strategy and he only needs Iowa and South Carolina. Anyway, they all these Texas donors even maintain and pay the cable bill at a 4,600 square foot mansion with a heated pool that taxpayers are renting for him at $8,500 a month. And that's not to say anything, this is according to Politico, of the gifts that Perry has accepted over the years, including 22 pair of cowboy boots, Stetson hats, belt buckles, cufflinks, and at least 9 hunting trips. 9 hunting trips. And basically it's saying he grew up without means on a cotton farm, and now he is far away from that. Craig McDonald, who is director of the liberal watchdog group called Texans for Public Justice, said, quote, he's enhanced his lifestyle by taking advantage of a wealthy class that supports him in his campaigns, and they lavish him with favors. Even though he may not have their money, he has favors he can give them, including policy, legislation, appointments, state grants, tax subsidies. He only earns a salary of $150,000 a year, but he lives in a 5-bedroom, 7-bath mansion in West Austin that the state has rented for him since 2007. So it's really, really interesting. He gets, it says, everything from window coverings from Neiman Marcus to a $70 subscription to Food and Wine magazine. This is what's paid for by the political donors. Watchdogs have argued that Perry's acceptance of such perks feeds a corrupt, pay-to-play political culture in Texas. They have filed complaints alleging ethics and campaign finance violations, but he was only found in violation once, even though his campaign paid $426,000 last year to settle an opponent's lawsuit that alleged it accepted illegal contributions from a top donor. I just want you to hear the kind of culture that he comes from, because I think it's really important. Under Texas ethics rules, Perry and his family are allowed to accept personal gifts of unlimited value. The state's election laws are among the loosest in the country, so he is not breaking the law. Even though the law technically prohibits the conversion of campaign cash to personal use, it allows campaigns to accept unlimited contributions from individuals and political committees. And once they have the money, they can spend it with few restrictions. So that's it. That's it. Perry has accepted tens of thousands of dollars in travel, funded by a corporation. Oh, this is what it's called, Texas One. Texas One has an annual budget of more than $2 million. It's a privately funded economic development nonprofit. A privately funded economic development nonprofit. And he gets the benefit of it. So I just want you to know that Rick Perry comes from a real loose ethical culture. If you expect him to do any different in Washington, which is already a revolving door of perks that is embarrassing, this is what you'll get if you elect Rick Perry. You're going to get a guy who thinks it's perfectly okay to work for OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and wink, wink, give breaks to all the companies so that 6 months after their term is expired, or a year, or even 18 months, they can get a well-paid job financing with this. And to me, this is at the core of a lot of what has been rotten in terms of corruption of Washington. It's that revolving door. So that you know when you're at the EPA, if you wink, wink, give ExxonMobil some favors in a high up position, they're more likely to hire you when you get out of there. And this is what's happening again and again. So if you want that kind of corporate culture with people and government culture with people not looking the other way, basically looking the other way, then I suggest that you support Rick Perry, because he's not going to change Washington. Washington will adapt to him. Washington is going to adapt to him. So that's the way it's going to adapt to him. That's the way I see it. Anyway, it's a very big article in Politico. We can post it on Twitter today. I'll ask Jamie to post it so you can read it and see for yourself.